What's up, party animals? My name's Kessie, and today I'm going to be telling you a story, or a couple stories, about the times I've met magical people. So the first one is when I went to the country fair on my birthday last year. So the country fair is just this big hippie festival, and ours is in Oregon, so it was extra hippie. I went with a big group, well, I guess medium. There was like 5 of us, and we had all pre-gamed before we went. So, it takes a little bit. So we got there, and we're just waiting in the parking lot because me and a friend, actually none of us got tickets. Me and a friend got lucky, and there was like a scalper outside, and they're just like, hey, we'll sell you tickets. And we're like, oh yeah. And they're like, yeah, it's gonna be like cheaper than the actual ticket prices. And we're like, oh yeah. So we went out there, got the tickets, and we needed to wait on our friends because they had actually gone, so we're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no cell service. And so our friends, they had to go way, way, way out there to try to get cell service so they could buy their tickets online and then show it up at the counter. So we're waiting in the parking lot, just I think there's 3 of us. And this absolute, just absolute unit dressed as a Viking. The dude's, I don't want to say he's basically naked, but he's certainly shirtless and isn't wearing much around his legs either. And he was just a huge Viking character. And so I ran out to him and oh, you gotta take pictures with me. Do the thing where you're holding my shirt and you're about to beat the hell out of me. And he's just yeah, I'll do it. And he's just super into it. Oh my god, everybody at the Hippie Fest is super friendly. So we do that, we have fun, we keep seeing cool people, we wander around, because we can't actually get in the festival, because, 2 of our friends just wandered off completely high, and we're just needing to wait for them to make sure that they find their way back and find us, because once we're inside, it's just done. The inside of the country fair is so chaotic. It is, we went down the loop 3 times, and it kept feeling like we just experienced something new every time. But so everything that I'm talking about happens before we even get in. So we're still waiting. We take shade behind this big trailer and just kind of chill. And we're in the parking lot, and all of a sudden this wizard just walks in, or walks by us. And dude's old, got that big white beard, long white hair. He's wearing a wizard hat, big cane, and dude has dude's a wizard. Dude's a real life fucking wizard. And it is imperative that I talk to this guy, because I'm thinking, oh my god, that's a wizard. That's so cool. I want him to cast a spell on me. And so I'm all right, what do I do? Because I'm talking to my friends, and I'm really shy, because I'm oh no, I don't want to piss off the wizard. And so I talk to my buddy, and I'm dude, I want to ask the wizard to cast a spell on me. And he's dude, do it. Yeah, totally, you gotta do it. And I'm oh, but I'm so nervous. Can you do it with me? And he's nope, you gotta do it on your own. And I'm ah. So I convinced him to film me at least. So at least if I fail horribly, I can, I don't know, it'll be worth something. So I go up to this guy, completely wizard out, and I'm what's up? And he's hey man, how's it going? And I'm can you cast a spell on me? And he's let me think about that for a second. And I'm I'm already mind blown, because I'm expecting this guy to be no, I'm busy, I'm doing stuff. And I was no, he's just let me think, because dude's kind of busy. He's walking through the parking lot and stuff. And I'm oh my god, he's thinking about it. I'm already immediately invested in every word he's about to say next. And so he's you know what, I can't cast a spell on you. And I'm oh no, but I can teach you a spell you can cast yourself. And immediately I'm just like, wait, this is so much more than I was expecting. Holy crap. So I'm invested in what this guy's about to say, and here's what he tells me. So he's telling me about like consciousness and subconsciousness. And your consciousness and your subconsciousness are both like able to communicate with each other the best right before you fall asleep. Like not before you go to bed. Like, you know, make sure you're done with computer time, turn off your phone, everything, head on pillow, eyes closed. Your next task is sleep. That is when your consciousness and your subconsciousness are most just malleable with each other. And I'm like, all right, that's pretty dope. Love it. And so he's like, all right, so during this time, this is the best for you to talk to yourself and give yourself a mantra. And I'm like, oh, all right, I'm ready. And he's like, all right, so here is the spell I'm going to teach you. It's five words, and it goes like this. I will continue to improve. I will continue to improve. That's it. That's the whole spell. And I'm like, oh my god, this is dope. Dope as heck. This is mind-blowing. And so he said that, like, you want to repeat this to yourself as you're drifting off to sleep. And as you do this, it'll kind of trick your subconsciousness into thinking, you know what? Let's do better. Let's improve. And he said that also you can add a sixth word where it's, you know, what you want to improve on. So, you know, I will continue to improve music. I will continue to improve art. I will continue to improve everything. You know, whatever you want to improve, or just generally just the single 5 words, I will continue to improve. And I'm just like, dude, this is powerful. Because, you know, things are kicking in now, and I am just mind blown. This is the coolest thing I've ever learned, and I would almost say it still is. I still use that mantra. It is powerful. So a fun story is that as I'm running around this hippie festival, completely just, everything just is a blur now, and I am just gone. I get to this point where I think I smoked a little bit, and I'm just like sitting down, and I'm just like, "Argh!" And eventually my hands, they feel powerful. Like I feel like, it's hard to describe, but the thing is that I felt like I could cast a spell. And so I'm like, oh my god, I can cast a spell. I don't know it. Wait, I do know a spell. And so like, I didn't want to just cast it on myself, because that kind of felt selfish, because I had like a lot of power flowing through these hands. And I like grabbed the dirt on the ground, and I just think to myself and like mentally mantra, we will continue to improve. And I like try to cast the spell in the whole park, and just like the whole world even. And so like I keep doing this until my hands stop feeling like they're on fire. And just, oh my god, this mantra has helped me in so many places, because like sometimes I'll like have a panic attack, and it's really nice just to have that like mental repetition in my head. It's something positive, and it's something that can like immediately take my mind off of something, is the I will continue to improve. And it's great. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever learned, and was really a big step into helping with my meditation. So yeah, That's the spell a wizard taught me. An actual wizard taught me an actual spell. Like, you think spells like, oh, I'm gonna light this thing on fire. No, this is like real magic. And it is effective. Honestly, when I actually remember to do it, I feel better all the time. It's just good stuff. So, that's that story. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I'm gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna do the next story where when I was in grade school, I met a witch.